Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Crank Addict and this is the channel for crank addicts like me and hopefully like you. Today I've got a 6.0 in my shop. Now normally these 6-liter LQ4 engines sell for $1,200 to $1,500 in my area. But I picked this one up for $700. It has one glaring problem though. It won't rotate. It won't turn. So, you've heard that saying, if it spins, it wins. If it spins, it wins. This one ain't winning. So, if you're looking at an engine that won't spin, should you get it? I don't know. Let's see if it was worth it. Stay tuned, we're gonna find out. So, the fluid's been drained from this engine already. So we're going to flip this thing around. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the bottom end. Now hopefully, if you're looking at buying an engine, you've already done this. Well, let's see what we've got. 10 millimeters. Well, let's first get some cardboard underneath this. Alright, 10 millimeters. Okay. Alright. As you guys can see, I've already done some work. Okay? Before I purchased this, I dropped the pan, I removed the oil pickup, and I've removed the windage tray. And I confirmed that we've got all 8 connecting rods here. So, I ain't no fool. This 6.0 will not turn over, but like I said, I pulled the pan off and I checked all the connecting rods to make sure they are all there. Everything feels there and there's nothing loose. I took a flashlight and I peered up into the pistons. I don't see any holes in any pistons anywhere. So from what I can see, this thing looks pretty okay, but it will not turn at all. Alright. To make working on this engine more easy, I am going to go ahead and pull out all the spark plugs and have a little peek at them. This may or may not give us a clue as to what's going on inside. I'm expecting to find some old worn plugs here. I think this engine has just been abused. Wow, these things are gapped huge. But no, they're not original, they are Autolites. So someone at least changed the plugs on this engine at some point during its life. I guess that's good. Alright, now that all these spark plugs are out, check out this gap. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Look at that gap. Nice. Alright, let's just see if this thing will spin yet. So got a 24 millimeter. Well, let's spin. Nothing. There's some more bolts down the side, but let's check the crank again. Will it turn yet? No. Okay, I can't get to this first one here because of the AC compressor. That was not very tight. I'll tell you that is not tight at all. I was thinking these things were torqued to 50 or 40. This feels more like 10. Oh, man. That thing is frozen. Huh. Well, maybe we should pull some heads. Time to pull the heads. We loosened all the main caps and still no rotation. So we're gonna pull the heads off this thing, and we're gonna start by removing the accessory drive system. All right, guys, check this mess out. Can actually look down inside the intake ports. There's a lot of carbon sludge in there. I don't see anything that would keep it from turning over, however. But I'm going to need a few napkins to clean this up. So, be right back. Okay, so I'm going to call that cleaned up. Let's look underneath these little covers here. This is where your NOx sensors are hiding. It's always been like a little design flaw in my head. Look, the wire just broke right off. It's supposed to lift up when you pull these up, but for so many years they just never do. Okay, see this one here popped out, but the connector was already broken, that's why. Looking down in here, you can see lots of rust and water and crud. These things accumulate crap from the get-go. So, yeah, not pretty. So I'm just gonna, let's see here. I'll probably just toss this wiring harness here. They ain't so good. So I can get this other connector out.
This thing smells funky.
It smells really weird. Yeah. I wish you guys could smell this thing, because it does smell weird.
It smells like ass.
Ugh.
Like a hooker's ass.
Ew. Alright, well.
After a 30-day marathon.
Let's pull off the valve cover and see how this looks.
Is this diesel?
No, yeah, it smells like diesel, but no, it's gasoline. Oh, another 8. I'm gonna do it here.
It smells like butt.
Nothing broken.
There's no.
These are all torque to yield head bolts, so they should be replaced whenever the heads come off. Alright, let's see, I might need a stick to put a little pressure on there. There we go. Alright, let's see what we got. All right. Well, I'm not seeing any rusting on these cylinders here, although there's a bit of rust inside the water jackets. So this block needs a good soaking to clean all that crap out of there. Yeah, it's a good soaking. Whew. actually not feeling much of a ridge. If we can get this thing spinning, the centers may be okay. Oh, hang on, I've got a pretty good scratch there though. I feel a vertical scratch over here. Don't know if a hone will take that out or not. Those vertical scratches happen because of bad maintenance. You get all this carbon crap in there, and the carbon gets caught on the sides, and it gets drug up and down on the cylinder walls. That carbon is hard, and it's no good. Nope. No go. Wow. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and remove these main caps. All the main caps have been loosened up. And let's see if we can turn this engine over. Ugh, crud. It still will not turn over. There are no bolts holding the main caps in place. And it won't turn over. Boy, I tell you, that's crazy. All right, well, let's remove a few pistons then, and we'll see what happens. Go for some easy ones here, like number, what is this? 3. I'm curious to see how this looks. Okay. The rod cap looks all right. The bearing, oh, not so good. This is the lower half of the bearing here. Yeah, see that? Let me turn the light on. There we go. Not a very good looking bearing. It's got some wipeout over here on the side. It's not spun, but it's not very good. Let's push the piston out. Those will be number 3. We need to mark it. I love how these wrist pins are tight like this. That's not a good sign either. The rings are not broken, but this piston needs a good cleaning. Piston number 3. Okay, so piston 3 is out. Let's see if we can turn this over yet. It was not piston 3. All right, let's go on. We got piston 4 right next to it. This is an easy one. All right, this is piston number 4. All the rings are intact. Super dirty. And this bearing is stuck to the journal. This might be the problem right here. This could be the culprit. I don't like the way this looks. I can see like crap sticking out on the side here. Part of the bearing material coming out. I can't even get this bearing out. See if I can grab it with a, if I can rotate it. Oh man. Here we go, that is a problem. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, with that thing gone, let's see if this crank spins. That might have been it. Okay. And, still won't spin. Holy smokes, there might be another one in there like that. That's not good. All right, well, I'll go ahead and label this one, number 4. Wow. That's messed up. Number 8. And, oh boy. Another bearing that's stuck in the crankshaft. Look at that. Can you guys see that? That's pretty messed up. Change your oil, people. Change your oil. Shit. Right. That's going to be a problem. All right, so I've got 4 of the 5 main caps off. The thrust is still in there. Let's see if it'll spin over yet. Here we go. It's still locked. Wow. Okay. Let's try to get this thrust main out. There we go. Okay, so all the main caps are off. Let's try to spin it. Nope, still won't spin. So we've got another rod that's frozen somewhere. Which one? Which one? It's probably the one I can't get to. Okay. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pistons removed. Let's see if I can spin this thing yet. Oh, it's moving, it's moving. Okay. All right, good, beautiful. So hopefully we can get a socket on the rest of these. I was afraid it's gonna have to pull the whole crank out with the pistons and everything. That can be a pain. These are so freaking tight. All right, so this will be number 2. Okay. The spins are so stubborn. Can't even get the bearing out. This was number 135. Okay. It's loose. Number 1 is coming out. Okay. Here's number 1. It's pretty rough. Man. There's the other number 1. And these guys never change their oil. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This one's in bad shape. This one's frozen to the crank. Does not want to come out. There we go. Ooh, this is bad. This is wiped out. That is ugly. I have never seen a bearing this bad. Even when I was a kid, in my Pontiac 400, developed a rod knock, they did not look this bad. This is really bad. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. Ouch. Number 5. Ouch. See, I lost a lot of bearing material there. Wow. Number 5. Ugly. Okay, and that's it for all the rod bearings. Okay. Looking at the mains real quick, mains don't look too bad. Probably just polish the mains and be good to go. But yeah, all of those rod bearing areas are trashed. I don't even know if 10 thousandths will be enough. You may have to go 20 thousandths. All right, so this is the valley cover from the engine, and it is a disaster. Look at all that nasty, grimy oil. And here's the timing cover. There's the oil pump. Look at all that caked on oil. This engine was certainly neglected. But amazingly, there is no ridge at all on these cylinders. So how can an engine with hardly any wear, I mean, you can't really quite make out the cross hatching, but it's not far from there. So how does an engine get in this bad shape so quickly? All right, well, most of these 6.0s were put in heavy-duty trucks, the 2500 series. But there were quite a few Escalades that also came with these 6.0s. I don't know how to tell the difference. I cannot imagine a contractor, a professional-grade man, treating his engine this way. It just boggles my mind. But I can imagine some soccer mom driving her Escalade until it drops. So I'm thinking that's probably what happened with this engine. Oil was never changed or rarely changed. And at one point, the neglect of the coolant system caught up with this Escalade and it overheated. And when it overheated, it cooked everything. Of course, as you guys know, when an engine overheats, it starts at the combustion chambers and travels downward, which is why the rod bearings were totally shot, but the mains still look okay. And the thickness of the oil film all over tends to reinforce that theory. So that's what I think happened. Okay? Neglected engine, overheated, they turned it off. When they tried to start it back up, it would not budge. And at that point, this Escalade was probably scrapped. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think happened to this. I've never seen one this bad. It's rebuildable, but it's going to take a lot of hot tanking, and I'll probably cut the rod journals down 10 thousandths to get rid of the scratches. But like I said, man, I'm digging the bores. The bores look great. And I even mocked up a ring in there. The piston rings call for 18 thousandths gap on the top ring, and I'm measuring like 19 to 20. So hardly any wear on the cylinder bores at all. It's just a tragedy what some people do to their engines. So anyway, if you like this video, if you like the carnage, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.